So in talking about things that you're proud of within your organization, and I know everybody has great teams and wonderful customers, but I'd like you to share with our esteemed group here today things that you're proud of that perhaps are changes that you've implemented or things that have occurred. Um, and again, the whole point of this is I'd like for you to each be able to bring one thing back to your center today that you can implement that'll help it, because then it's the whole meeting's worth it.
First off, I would like to start with the idea that from our other vendors, we've been called a unicorn in this industry for various reasons. We've also been called the Chick-fil-A brand of this industry, which I am very proud of as well. We take the extra time and effort to make sure that every customer feels welcomed, educated, and welcomed back again. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in. But to be honest with you, if we're talking about one-dimensional here, one of the things that I'm most proud about, and I own a consulting company, and I go out in this area locally, and I really try to push this message, is instead of becoming salespeople or collections agents, really becoming problem solvers or solution experts. So today I would like to demonstrate that in front of you, if that's okay. If I could, Ms. O'Keefe. Just if you could just randomly tell me 3 consecutive numbers between 1 through 5, and just say it out loud, please. Yep, in a row. Okay, out of 1, 2, 3, just go ahead and tell me 2 numbers and say it out loud, please. Any 2. Okay, if you had 1, 2, and 3 in a set and you took away your 1 and 2, what is left? Okay, out of hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades, just tell me 2 suits, any 2 suits. Okay, out of hearts and diamonds, just tell me one of them and say them out loud. Okay, so your final number was 3 and your final suit was hearts. Does everybody see that? Okay, most people would assume this is a magic trick. What it really is sales. I'm selling you that solution, and I'm giving you the questions that I need you to answer so that I get the right answer. So what we've become is problem solvers or solution experts. We don't, and some people look at it as magicians. When we get off the phone, people are like, wow, this is incredible. This is what J.D. Power Award winning type of call centers are doing. Well, it would be ignorant for me to be the leader of this organization and not being put up front some of the type of ways of helping a customer without actually selling to a customer. You know, in this industry, like I said before, most people are incentivized versus bonus. So they'll get you in the doors at $10 an hour, they'll give you a bonus, and they're going to incentivize you to tell Miss Smith when she asks for 500 that she should take out 1,000. That is where a lot of this issue is arising in this industry. So what we've done differently is we hire in at $15 an hour to start. We give them the bonus up front, and we say, look, only thing I need you to do is be able to connect with this customer. We make enough money off this product, but make sure that they understand the benefits of our product. So that way they get the idea that if I'm in need, this is the company I prefer to do business with. So long story short, I'll pass the mic.
Wow, I've got to follow that. So there's actually 2 questions that you had asked on this, Vince, and I want to talk to them both. So the thing I'm most proud about with our organization is probably our culture and the philanthropic support that we provide back to the communities in which we live and work. So it's one of our core components, and it's something that we eat, live, and breathe. So right now we're in the middle of our Adopt a Family campaign, and we're working very closely with Children's Mercy Hospital. The second part of the question is, what is troubling you or something that you want to change? And I would say the thing that is troubling me the most within the industry is as we're becoming more technology driven, our easier things are leaving our care centers. So right now we have only about 10 to 15% of our card members actually call us when you look at the calls to statement ratio. Out of that, only about 70%, well, out of those that call us, 70% term in the IVR, or they go to account center. So that leaves us with a really small population that's contacting our care center. And we're making all these investments in technology so that more people can go ahead and self-serve, which means that our agents in our care centers are just going to be talking to people call after call telling them no. Because what we want them to do is hold fast to, and we're regulated by banking, just like many of us in this room are. So you've got to be really careful that you're treating all your customers consistently. So you can't make exceptions. You've got to be cognizant of UDAP, which means that I am taking 120 calls today, and every single one of them, I'm telling somebody why I can't remove a fee or a finance charge. And it used to be that we would get easier calls like address changes and add an authorized buyer and I just got married. And those calls can all be done online anymore. They don't need an agent or a rep. And so my concern is, how are we going to keep our work environment fun? How are we going to keep our associates engaged? And how are we going to be really mindful of what the associate experience is like? That's going to be our challenge.
Yeah. So on that point, I have two things that I'm proud of. Is this year we started with a UES target to move our target to 60, and we're going to finish the year at 70. And that's just a post-call survey that says, would you recommend us to your family and friends? And we started out at 51. And there were a lot of conscious objectors, including in my leadership team, that didn't think we can do it because a lot of stuff was out of our control. But over the course of the year, we've been able to kind of seize the opportunities and then pivot and change our mindset as to what we can do to make that happen. And our members are benefiting from it. The second thing that is a dynamic I've never seen, I've spent 13 years in this space, 7 years in wireless, and then ironically I was with GE Capital for another 8 years for credit card financing. We used to almost be affiliated with the organizations. And in this industry, I get, not exaggerating, 10 times a day a customer tells us how great somebody is. And it's because you helped them because they were scared with their cancer medication, and it's very fulfilling. And we bang the drum loud. You know, we used to have a policy you can't reply to all in these distribution lists because we have a big company, 250,000 employees. I'm like, no, we're replying to all, we're banging the drum and stuff like that because we want to kind of proliferate that. We help people be well, and it doesn't have to be in a box in a traditional way. The part that really struggle with and what I'm not trying to solve, it's like what I want to change is the pace of engagement right now compared to when we started doing this or when I was doing this is like 5 times what it used to be. And the technology and telephony and all the stuff we have doesn't keep pace. And so what we do is we keep asking agents, PCCs, to do more and more. If you come into my center right now, most of my employees have 3 screens up because they have 3 different things. And we just can't get a consolidated app that can do that all for us. And we don't want to spend the money to do it because by the time you get it figured out, it's obsolete. Yep.
Excellent, thank you.